Well, hello marketers, hello business owners. I flew here yesterday from France and super delighted to be here today to, well, eat some good tzatziki and drink some good Greek wine. I can say that because I'm not from France, I'm from Germany, so I guess as a French I could not admit my love for Greek wine. But most importantly, I'm happy to be here today to discuss how you can grow your business with Facebook ads in 2023. I also know it's the last presentation of the day. You are probably a bit low in energy, so I want us to do a little warm-up exercise. Please all get up. Yes, please everybody, all up, all up, all up. It's short, I promise, but it will energize you a little bit. Okay, and then I want some of you to do this, and some of you to do this. Okay, and now you stay like that for a moment. Please stay like that for a moment. Stay, 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 bear with me. Great, that's it. So now I can tell my manager at least that I got some standing ovations today. And now we can get started. We have a few things on the roadmap today. I want to discuss what the recent changes in the ecosystem mean for Facebook ads. I also want to tell you why and how you need to get smarter about tracking your ad performance and say goodbye to third-party cookies. Well, Alma told you already a little bit about why you need to say goodbye to third-party cookies, but I'll elaborate on that in the context of Facebook ads. And lastly, I will share with you 4 key ingredients that you need to stick to if you want to create Facebook ads that are better than the competition and most importantly, convert. So let's dive right into it. Still a few years back, Facebook advertising was the leading social media marketing channel. It was pretty easy to make Facebook ads work for you. But then recently, also a few years ago, it got pretty difficult. It got pretty difficult because there was a lot of competition for ad space, the prices got really high. So if you are wondering, do Facebook's ads even still work for you? Well, that's a valid question. And who am I even to tell you about that? Well, a little bit about me. As it was announced, I'm a principal inbound consultant at Hubspot. What that actually is, it's a strategic marketing consultant, and I've helped hundreds of clients really over the past 7 or so years to improve on their marketing strategies and also on their ad strategies. Really, I'm passionate about ads, and I've seen over the years what works and what doesn't work, and well, you're here with me the next 15-20 minutes to hear about how you can Facebook ads make them work for you, so you can guess that my answer to the question is yes. And also, we're in a psychological safe space here, I hope, so I can admit it. Even myself, I'm cracking for Facebook ads. I'm a huge bargain hunter, and last Black Friday sale, for example, I cracked on an ad on Scandinavian woolen socks, and I bought them. Yep, you can, no, don't judge me, please. But actually, I bought 20 pairs of Scandinavian woolen socks. So, yeah, you can judge me if you want, but I'm cracking on it. But I also understand that you don't want to rely on some personal, individual experiences when you make the decision to advertise on Facebook. So, I want to show you some stats. You can still reach a huge population on Facebook, huge audience. I just put up a few examples from Balkan countries and how many active users they have on Facebook. And you can see for Greece, actually 56% of the population is on Facebook. That's the eligible audience, so people over the age of 13 who are allowed to create a Facebook account. For North Macedonia, for example, it is 53%. And for Bulgaria, it is even 60% of the population on Facebook. So really, the audience you can reach on Facebook is huge, and chances are really high that your target audience is also among them. And where they hang out, you have to hang out. Also, as I said, it was quite difficult over the past couple of years to advertise on Facebook. But luckily, we've seen a change in the ecosystem again. Probably you're all aware of it. We are at the beginning of a recession, and the economy is just not growing as quickly anymore as it used to. And that means that a lot of companies, well, they have to be much more careful with their money, with their budgets, and also a lot of them cut back on their marketing budgets. However, this is also something we see that big brands, they pull out of Facebook advertising. And that leaves us with a great opportunity. This is good news because finally we are seeing the average ad cost starting to fall again. And also it is much easier again to get valuable ad space on Facebook for much cheaper. So really good news. On the flip side, however, it's also much more difficult now to track our return on ad spend. Why is that? Well, because of a lot of recent browser updates, privacy restrictions from iOS, from Google, and also laws all around the world that made Facebook just have much less data on user activity, and also some of the data are a lot less accurate. So yeah, a ton harder to really track your Facebook advertisement efforts. And that's a good and a bad thing. Bad, why? Because things got more difficult for marketers, but also good because therein lies an opportunity. Lazy marketers, they don't really have an easy time on Facebook ads anymore, but smart marketers can really step their game up now. And as I guess you are all smart people here, and I'm going to tell you how to become smart about your Facebook ads, it will mean that you have a competitive edge over the competition. So yes, in short, Facebook ads are still definitely a lucrative marketing channel this year, provided you step up your ad game. So, as I said, there were quite a couple of privacy updates recently, and that means it got very hard to track your ad performance. We have to say bye-bye to third-party cookies, but you still need to track reliably your ad performance. So what can you do? Well, I have a couple of solutions I want to share, but first of all, you probably know that Facebook ad tracking is primarily happening with the Facebook ad pixel, which is a browser-based pixel, and it is affected by the privacy update. So that means if users opt out of ad tracking, well, Facebook can't collect the data anymore. We can't tie back a ad activity to a conversion or a sale, and that makes it pretty hard and also makes retargeting very, very hard. So not great for marketers. So what can we do? I want to share 4 tips with you. First of all, you should utilize your first-party data more effectively. You can upload customer lists with variables such as, for example, the name, the email address, or the telephone number, and that matches Facebook's database and allows you to set up effective lookalike audiences or retargeting audiences. And if you use Hubspot, which I hope you all do, then you can also, for example, create with the data you have available in your CRM, hyper-personalized contact lists that sync to your Facebook Ads Manager, and then you can create really hyper-targeted retargeting campaigns. But of course, all of that is only as good as your own data. A second tip I have for you is to use more first-party Facebook data sources. For example, if you are using Messenger chatbot ads or also the Facebook lead ad forms, they are both they are both not subject to the same privacy restrictions and limitations, and therefore can be super effectively if executed well. A third tip I have for you is that you can get more creative with Google Analytics. If you set up UTM tracking and, for example, tag things like the ad set, the campaign ID, the campaign name, the source, and so on and so forth, this allows you to see one level deeper into your ad performance, all within Google Analytics. So definitely you should leverage UTM tracking in order to see what's working within Google Analytics. And the last tip I have for you that is really powerful is to use Facebook's conversion API. As I've said before, the Facebook pixel, that is a cookie basically placed on people's browser, but the Facebook conversions API, that is tracking conversions on the website. It's not restrictive with any of these privacy updates, and super effective to still track your ad performance. And the Facebook conversion API is integrated typically via partner integrations. For example, the Tag Manager, Google Tag Manager, you probably know it. And also Hubspot, we have recently a change that is a new update that is pretty cool, the enhanced conversions, which lets you basically synchronize conversions that you get from your HubSpot forms right into the Facebook Ads Manager, and then track the conversions really reliably like this. So a few methods you've seen now, how you can still track your return on advertising spend in an increasingly privacy-focused world. So now that you've seen that, I want to share a couple of best practices with you, how you can create high-performing ads that hopefully be that guy by the end of the year. So you know now how you can track the success of your Facebook ads, but what do you got to do in order to make them successful in the first place? So I will share with you now 4 methods or ingredients to create high-performing Facebook ads this year. And bear with me, please. Pay attention, because those tips, they apply for Facebook and Instagram ads, actually. So if you pay attention now, you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. It's actually a very cruel saying. I don't like it. But yeah, you get it. So my tip number 1, you really need to nail targeting. So key, you need to know who your offer is for. Who are your buyer personas? You need to do really extensive buyer persona research before you start crafting your offer, and know what are their goals, what are their challenges, and what are their interests. This is really the foundation. One example of a buyer persona statement is, my offer is for marketers who want to nail Facebook ads. Or it could be like, my offer is for business people who have little time to work out or cook healthily, but who still want to lose weight. So this is the type of information you need. And my big tip here is that you forget demographics, but you target interests. Demographics, to be honest, they are really over-targeted and don't work so well anymore because of the newly limited data that Facebook has. But you can still target people based on what they're interested in. For example, let's say you are targeting mom of toddlers. Then you need to think about all places where they could hang out on Facebook. So that could be, for example, clothing companies that create clothes for toddlers, bloggers that blog about toddlers or parenting. It could be organizations. It could be any Facebook groups, of course, where moms of toddlers hang out. So think about all those places and target interests. The second important strategy that you need to stick to is to connect with your audience. Don't just push your offer or service. You need to create ads that are irresistible and relatable, and one way to do that is by telling a story. Let's look at this ad here from Kate Jewelers. Well, yeah, it's this little doggo delivering the engagement ring. Super cute, and happy end. And in the end, they don't just show their product, the rings, the bracelets, etc. No, they have this little story, and that will make people stop and watch. And in the end, they will buy for that story and that connection. So storytelling is key. A second best practice for connecting with your audience is to create ads that really don't look like ads. So ads that are more user-generated content style, that look like fun, entertaining posts from everyday Facebook users. They are performing really, really well. They have they're less polished, less branding, no logo or little logos, really this user-generated content style. And also here I have some examples. For example, this one, kind of a funny one. There's a t-shirt brand, right? It uses a lot of humor in the ad, and it looks just like this regular holiday video that you and I could have shot. And we all want to be this guy having fun on the beach with his funky t-shirt, right? So that is something that works pretty well. Another example, now here, is an image ad, and they use this user-generated content, testimonials with the product in action, and also super relatable, because we can all picture ourselves on a little adventure with this dog backpack. I don't know, lazy dogs, but yeah, you get it. The product in action. But this is also a strategy that is used quite a lot already. It works, but if you want to try something else and stand out in the newsfeed, you could also rather rely, for example, on polished videos with high quality images, fast motion, trendy sounds, and really a strong branding. That can also perform very well and relate to your audience. So, for example, this underwear brand, they actually use a mix of all of the things I just mentioned. They have a storytelling element, also a bit user-generated content style, but they also use this high-quality imagery, fast motion, actually a trending sound as well, if you could hear it, and kind of do a mix of everything, which is pretty nice. And then this beauty brand, they have this strong branding, very high quality imagery, and convey the sense of luxury, right? And we just want to get the makeup palette in our hand and feel luxurious. At least the woman here, I guess. Thirdly, you also need to convey, I think that's the wrong order here. Yeah, you need to convey how you will change, or how your product and service will change your customers' lives. Sounds drastic, but you really need to convey what is the transformation your product or service is offering. And that is probably the most important step when you craft your offer. Because let's also face it, people are not buying a product for the sake of the product. They buy because they want to get to another better future state, be it feeling better, having a better change to their life. They buy for that. And your job as a marketer is to show them what that transformation is. So when you're crafting your offer and you think about how it makes your customers' lives better, you should think about the value pyramid. And the value pyramid has 4 levels. The base level is the functional benefits. So that is when your offer is high quality or affordable, right? Kind of those product-related aspects. And that's really the least convincing one. One level higher already is the emotional transformation. So you want to think about how does it make your audience, your customers feel better. If you think back about this jewelry ad, it really conveys these feelings of joy and romance and love. And who doesn't want to have a little bit more of that in their lives? So emotions. And even one step higher is changing lives. How does your product or service make a positive, lasting impact on people's life? Be it maybe making them debt-free, making them earn more money, losing weight, anything around those lines. And the highest level of transformation your product or service can offer is changing the world, making it a better place. If it has any social impact or environmental impact and you can convey that, that is great. Because in the end, if people buy and they feel they make the world better, perfect. So changing their lives, yep. Noom, for example, does a fantastic job. They offer this transformation on the emotional level because when people use this diet app, they feel better, they feel healthier, and also they use the functional, the change life benefits because obviously people will lose weight and are healthier. So they do a great job. And another example, even one level higher, is this bracelet brand. Everyday product like a bracelet, but they say, for example, when you buy a bracelet, you help to create full-time jobs for artisans in Costa Rica. So feeling great about buying this bracelet, right? Or also IKEA, you might think like, okay, boring products like bracelet, a chair, how can I convey this level of transformation? And even IKEA is able to do it with this chair, like a renewable, sustainable chair, makes me great to feel, makes me feel great to sit on it, and I feel like I'm doing something good for the world. So changing their life, that's key. And the last tip I have for you is you need to evoke urgency. Why should people act and buy now? You have to convey that everywhere, in your copy, in your creative, on the buttons, the lead magnets, everywhere. And there are a few things that you can do. First strategy is, of course, scarcity and price. So do you have a limited offer, limited stock? Is there a special price that people can only get on Facebook, or any special discount? So this ad here, for example, it's everywhere, right? Hurry, last chance, get 30% off, 30% off, last chance, it's really everywhere, so evokes a ton of urgency. And another example is you could also try out specials. Do you have any special bonuses that you can give away that are compatible with your offer? Or also exclusive giveaways, like having people participate in a prize draw when they buy now. And this deodorant brand you see here does a great job. You get free body wipes, you get a free body wash mini and free shipping. So a ton of giveaways if I act now. Okay, so that's it. That's the most important things really that you need to know in order to grow your business with Facebook ads in 2023. So take that chance of the changing ecosystem, be a smart marketer, up your strategy game, and, well, get smart with tracking. As I said, rely on first-party data, use Google Analytics creatively, and use the Facebook Conversions API. Nail targeting, know who your audience is, and rely on interest targeting especially. Connect and relate, know your buyer personas, really tell stories, create user-generated content, stick to one creative strategy, change their lives, and convey this transformation your product or service offers. And lastly, evoke urgency, so give them a reason to act now and get that sales across the line. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Sabine.